Hi, welcome to the Celestial Circle podcast. I'm Love.
And I'm Tylin. We're two Los Angeles-based astrologers and healers.
Join us each month as we explore the upcoming transits to see how they will affect you, show up in the world, and in our own personal lives.
We hope that you will find guidance, understanding, and fun as you apply this wisdom to your own life.
And if you'd like us to give you personalized insight, please submit any questions you have on upcoming or current transits to thecelestialcirclepodcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram at thecelestialcirclepodcast.
The circle is now open. Thanks for listening.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Celestial Circle.
Sit down for this one.
February is
down
rough
for
everybody.
this one. Sit in the circle. Let's chat, y'all.
It's like, get all your snacks. Get everything you need because...
Oh, yeah. You're going to need a cup of tea.
Yeah. Maybe
or
like
cacao,
maybe like a smoke or something. You're going to be like, shit.
Something to calm down.
Yeah. Yeah, to get through the very Civil War-esque energy.
Oh.
That's February.
That is February.
Yay! I mean, afterwards it's gonna be great, right? That's what we're fighting for. Better life for everyone. Okay, all right. Before we scare, they're like, skip. I don't want to listen to this. This is fucking apocalypse.
That sounds scary.
No, we look to this for guidance, for direction, for clarity. We're not trying. I mean, we're trying to be honest, right? But we're also trying to like have our eyes wide open so that we can move through this in the best way possible.
100%.
And Tylin has created little horoscopes for all the rising signs, so we can like give you more specific advice onto like this is how you can move through these certain transits that are really important in February.
Yes. So let's dive in.
Yes.
This is a lot we're going to cover today.
And we have 2 questions, so we're going to answer those as well. So thank you all for the people who wrote in questions.
So do we want to answer that at the end before we do our tarot pull?
Yes. I didn't get my tarot cards.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me get my tarot cards.
Yeah, because we'll do the same format where we do all the astrology and then we do a tarot card pull at the end just for guidance for the month. Mm-hmm. And then now that we're getting questions submitted, we'll do the questions in between.
Okay.
So that'll be like our format here at the Celestial Circle. So yes, we do invite you to send in your questions. We want to hear any questions you have about any current transits, upcoming transits. Also, if you have any astrology stories you want to share. I know last time we were really encouraging people that have made it through their Saturn and Pisces return.
I'll let you know in
Share
the March
your
episode because I'll be done in February.
Complete.
All of us Saturn and Pisces will be done for another 29 years. We'll be done.
So, yeah, we want to hear because it's exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Y'all have made it through your Saturn return. It's a feat.
Yeah.
Especially the Saturn and Aries folks. Saturn being in fall, like.
Yeah, and having Neptune kind of there.
Yeah.
That'll be rough. Yeah, so we're ending the Saturn and Pisces, and in February, the Saturn and Aries people, you're all starting your Saturn return for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So, buckle up.
Yeah.
I feel like I said that a lot last time.
You're like, buckle up.
Everyone, make sure your seatbelts are good and your airbags are good.
Especially you Aquarius risings out there.
Jeez Louise.
So literally I wrote for February 2026, this is a month for the books, baby.
Yeah. This is really when all the astrology is changing, right? Like we had New Year's. Great, whatever, Gregorian calendar, fucking Julius Caesar wanted to create a month named after him. Great, we love that. Thank you, Roman Empire. But nature and the planets are like, March. March is the new year. Yeah. And like the lunar new year is like February. So it's like, actually the shift and the change that you were all hoping to feel when 2026 came around is actually going to be happening in February.
Yes. So the biggest things that we're experiencing this month, and we'll dive deeper into each of them, But yeah, Saturn moving into Aries for the first time since 1996. Big deal.
Since I was a baby.
Saturn conjunct Neptune at 0 degrees of Aries. This is actually didn't even research when the last time this happened. Probably a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
And
Neptune's so slow. Yeah.
Yeah. Neptune takes about 14 years to move through a sign. Saturn takes about 3. So they do meet up. I think the last time that they met up in a sign was in like the late 1980s in Capricorn. For the millennials that have Saturn, Neptune, Uranus.
The Neptune Pisces, Saturn Pisces have been a thing? I mean, they're kind of met up right now.
Yes, for the souls who have that too.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of like the little big changes when they meet up.
Yes. So, but what I mean is I don't know the exact date that Saturn and Neptune met up in Aries. Like that, I feel like that was
55 AD.
Oh my god.
Sorry, 555 AD. Wait, is this for real? Okay, last one was 1380.
Wow. This is historical, y'all.
Yeah, close. Okay, not actually a conjunction, but close in 1380, but actual conjunction 555 AD. Wow.
What even happened that year? Like, what was going on?
Do we have the history? Can I see
like,
the
wall
carvings?
Do we have the accurate history?
Damn.
That is this is why I kept saying in the January episode
13
that we are moving into a completely new era.
Damn.
Like, we cannot fight it. This is what's happening. So the other big thing, the 3 big things, an Aquarius solar eclipse is happening towards the end of this month that is rewriting collective systems. So we're going to dive deeper into that lunation.
There was a peasants' revolt because there were heavy taxes in England. There was a Corsican revolution.
Wow. It's because, Saturn is the form, is the structure, and Neptune dissolves.
The Russians defeated the Mongols. Damn.
And that on top of Pluto and Aquarius, Uranus and Gemini, this is an era of revolutions.
Dang.
Wow.
The also in China there was a change in their structure too. There was a purge of a chancellor that centralized their government under imperial control. A lot of the power, like grasping of the power, it feels. Wow. Okay.
And a reorienting of power, right? A reorienting of authority and calling out authority systems that are unjust and operating out of integrity.
What systems are unjust right now?
We'll be here all fucking night.
It's like this regime, this one.
Like, I have been in so much grief.
Oh.
Like, when we talked about at the final window of the Saturn and Pisces and that collective grief.
This has been so hard these past... I don't even want to do anything.
I've been in, like, such deep grief and heartbreak, and obviously I am maintaining some sense of sanity to continue to offer healing, and because I love the work that I do. I love that I get to show up in that way. But, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been sad. It's been really sad to see, especially because I grew up in the Twin Cities. That was where I grew up, and it's been really... I don't want to start crying. Like, I'm gonna stop.
It's rough. It is rough.
It's like, this is not acceptable. And it is because of these systems operating out of unjust power. Do you want to come hang out with us, Jinx?
Come here.
Come be on the camera. Come here.
Come here. Come on.
Yeah. I'm like, I need an emotional support animal right now. I'm feeling all the feels of Pisces rising.
Yeah. Just don't look into the microphone, okay? Yeah. It has been really a time. Yeah. But I feel that with the Aries stuff, maybe we'll feel less hopeless or helpless. Because Pisces can feel very victim.
It is. And I get caught in that as a Pisces rising.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, Pisces placements can get caught in that victim mentality and cycle. Yeah. And so I feel like with the Saturn in Aries, it'll be, and the Neptune in Aries, it'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm upset, but like, I have, like, let's fucking do something about this.
Well, there's a fire with the Aries that's like the warrior piece, where instead of the sadness, it's like the anger. Mm-hmm. And then from the anger and the rage, let's create change, which is what Neptune and Saturn are doing together. Like, Neptune is dissolving the structures.
Okay, sorry, I cut you off. Let's continue on the overview.
Okay, so those were the big three things, and we're going to explore them deeper as we go into this podcast. But I want to just begin by February 1st. We're starting out the month with this huge, bold, big Leo full moon at 13 degrees.
I feel like, I don't know if it's just, explain it to me if I'm wrong, but the past maybe more than 4 moon cycles, it's all been at 13 degrees. I know it's like it, travels kind of like a month type of thing, but I don't know if that's like significant. Because they've all
been at 13 degrees?
Yeah, the past few like lunations have been all 13 degrees.
The one we just had was the late degree of Capricorn, the new moon.
Yeah, the ones before that were 13.
Then, was it 13?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like...
Because that would make it a Aries degree.
When was the first moon of... It was a...
Here, I'll show you on the...
Yeah, it was a 13 degree Cancer full moon. Yeah, because I remember talking about that 3 of Cups energy. Which, by the way, that Cancer full moon, that was also super emotional.
Yeah.
And we talked about that.
Yeah.
That being this, like, portal of emotions opening and flooding, and just the illumination around ancestral pieces.
Yeah, so November 5th, 13 degrees, full moon in Taurus in 2025. December 4th, 13 degrees Gemini in 2025.
Oh, wow, you're seeing the pattern.
Yeah, and then it's 28 for the last new moon, 28 for the last new moon, November, December. That's why I'm like, what? Because, like, it did move throughout the year. Come on, James. So, like, I know that they kind of shift like that, like, slightly, like, by degrees, because it's around the same time. But I don't know if that's, like, significant or anything.
Well, I know that 13, just historically, is a sacred number for the moon and the cycles of the moon. 13.
Yeah, the months, because there used to be 13 months in a year. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was, like, something really interesting.
That is interesting. So cool. I didn't even recognize that as a pattern, but yeah.
Because I've been, like, writing my Substacks, and I'm like, 13 again? What the fuck?
Like... like, what's going on with 13 degrees?
Yeah.
So you were saying it's an Aries degree? I'm not familiar with that system of the degrees being, like, related to a...
It just follows, like, the order. So it's, like, 0 degrees the raw one, 1 degree is Aries, 2 degrees Taurus. That's kind of how people, like, do the degrees. Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Well, I mean, it's extra fiery with that on top of it then, because the 13 degrees, it correlates to the second decan of Leo, which is a decan ruled by Jupiter. So that's, like, extra big, bold, take up space. It's heart-centered, visibility, confidence, self-expression, leadership.
Mm-hmm.
It's reclaiming your narrative.
And is this the one that like opens? The next one is because we have Aquarius
Eclipse at the end of the month. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Kinda
is spicy.
opens, yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, the Leo will be fun. I also feel like
Yeah.
because Jupiter is going to move into Leo later in the year, maybe this is like a little taste of that.
A preview
Yeah.
of that frequency and what is being illuminated in your life for that transit. And if you are curious about the Jupiter transit, we talk all about that in our free workshop. So you can join that. We have the replay available. It's a vibe. But yeah, what's so interesting collectively, Leo full moons, they often align with like cultural moments, artistic breakthroughs, shifts in celebrity vibes, questions around public identity and recognition.
Yeah, because a lot of the celebrities have the 10th house Leo, like we saw.
Yeah, because a lot of celebrities are Scorpio risings,
yeah,
which we saw.
Yeah, so interesting. What do you think will, what's your prediction?
So my prediction is really this is a lunation where people are being asked to step fully into their power for their skill sets and to feel recognized for their light and to shine their light. And it's really that feeling of everyone on an individual level reclaiming that sovereignty. Because when we move through the world from that place, we're so easily able to call out bullshit. You know, it's like, that's not in alignment. That's not in alignment.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
So, yeah, I mean, really, like, this full moon is asking us at that 13-degree mark, that Jupiter ruled decan, like, where is the living, breathing heart in all of this? Like, in your life, in your daily life? And it's, again, visible courage, it's earned confidence, earned radiance.
Jinx is like the annoying host. She's like, excuse me.
Like, what are you looking?
Over here? Her butt. She's a dog.
Oh, cutie.
She's like, what transit makes it cool
like,
to eat
yeah,
poop?
I'm fully in my radiance and my confidence.
I'm thinking of my space.
Yeah, literally, the moment when the soul says, I will be seen as I truly am. That's what I wrote.
Look at her. It's like, I want a video where we like hyper zoom in on just her. There, look at her face. She's too short for the frame.
Yeah. So what's so interesting, this moon, it is happening in an opposition to this massive Aquarius stellium. So the sun, obviously anytime we have a full moon, the sun and the moon are in opposition. But what makes this extra spicy is that the sun is then the ruler of this lunation because the sun is the ruler of Leo. Mercury is also here in Aquarius. Venus is also here in Aquarius. Mars, which we talked about, the rebel warrior. Vesta is also here as well. And then Pluto, obviously.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a lot.
Yeah, it's like a lot of tension that's happening with that opposition. So it's like Leo wants that embodied presence. It wants that sense of recognition and honor. But Aquarius wants better collective systems. Yeah. Aquarius wants that futuristic, progressive liberation for all.
Yeah, so you'll probably be feeling like, I know we just had New Year, so people are thinking like, what do I want to do? What am I manifesting? What are my goals? What am I stepping into? And there might be a lot of like internal feelings around like, okay, is what I want in my personal life and the things that I'm going towards helping the collective, showing up for the collective in some way? Am I making an impact? Am I sharing like, you know, or taking up space in the way that like helps others, that makes the world better? Like, we're really kind of like, what's your role in the revolution right now? That's kind of the vibe I feel. Yeah. So you might be feeling like, oh, I want to take up my space, but like, what's the point? Like, if everyone else is suffering in the world, like, that's probably going to be a common thing. Or you might be like the other spectrum of like, okay, yeah, like, I want to use my skills and gifts to like help out people. Like, I'm gonna do a like comedy fundraising show, like if I'm a comedian, or like I'm gonna write, you know, and like share my feelings and my vision and my thoughts around this if I'm a writer, whatever it is. You don't have to be like creative in that kind of way, if that's not your skill or whatever. Everyone has their own skills, but yeah, definitely feels like that's kind of the theme. Yeah. Also, like Aquarius energy is very rebellious, so yeah, Jinx is an Aquarius, so she had to chime in. She's having her birthday. That's an important transit. February 6th, everyone. She's gonna be 7. But yeah, I feel like Aquarius energy is like so rebellious. Like I'm already feeling it. Like this week I was like popping off on everyone. Like yesterday I was just like, I'm tired of all of this shit. Like I'm setting my boundaries. I have a 3rd house Aquarius, so that's the communication is Aquarian for me. In that way. But I feel like that in fixed rebel energy, we might be like saying our piece, setting our boundaries, like saying like, I don't care about this, I care about that. This is what's important to me. That's what's important to me. Like, we're definitely gonna be feeling that, and especially if it's like in regards to like you being able to be you, you being able to show up fully as you.
100%. Yeah, I love all of that, and that's exactly why I said that there's this quality with this lunation where it does bring up, okay, what are your innate gifts, and how are you then receiving aligned, heart-centered recognition for those gifts? And this is where it brings into play the Aquarius opposite, where it's like, how are you using those gifts to support the betterment of society? And why I said my prediction is like, it's going to be so easy with this lunation, with that light being so bright, to easily call out the bullshit, to be like, you're not in a place of true integrity. Jinx is like, yeah,
she only does that when she agrees.
Literally, a question I wrote for this lunation, what I was pondering is, can individuality exist without collapsing into narcissism? Can our collective evolve without erasing the heart? Because what I'm seeing on a mass scale, and this is why I've been so fucking sad, is we're living in a time right now where so many people are operating from a space where there's a lack of compassion. Like, how can you witness a murder right in front of your eyes and then go ahead and say, well, they were just following their duty, they were doing what was right?
Yeah, like, I think we're too far gone in the individualism, right? Like, if it doesn't affect me, then like it's easy for me to just pretend that it doesn't exist. And there's a lot of like, I was gonna say something with Aquarius is like technology, right? So it's gonna be like our real human voices versus technology. And we might be needing to use our voice using our skills and our gifts, maybe pairing it with technology, sharing it on technology. We just had TikTok change ownership, and now there's a US TikTok that's going to be separate, so we don't even know what that's going to look like. By the time y'all are watching it, we'll maybe know a little bit more. But yeah, I feel like people are just, they're in this like I feel like with Pisces, with the Neptune and Pisces, because it's like the victim and the delusional, like we can just be, oh well, I can just buy into whatever I want. That's not real. Oh, I don't believe in that. And I feel like with the Neptune moving into Aries and Saturn moving into Aries, it's gonna be like, really? Like, is that really truly what you saw? Because I didn't see that, and I'm ready to have a conversation about this.
Exactly. And we can be fully expressed in our individuality and utilize that individuality to support the betterment of humanity. Like, that option exists. It's not you versus
me. That's, people think like, oh, if finally all the immigrants are out of America, then our quality of life will be better. And it's like, that's not the problem. Like,
no, the problem is your fixed belief systems, which is a shadow side of Aquarius, and the unwillingness to put yourself in someone else's position and someone else's shoes.
And that's the Leo compassion piece. It's like, think about other people and their life and what they're feeling and what they're going through. And that's important and it matters.
Yes. Because we, like I said, with the Aquarius vision that I have, we are all a part of this tapestry. We are all humans. We are literally one species. Yeah. Study anatomy.
Right.
And that will enlighten you.
Well, it's also like we all decided to be here at this time, alive on Earth. Yeah. Together. Like, we are not separate. As much as I don't know someone's name who lives in China. Like, but I know that I'm still here and I share this Earth with them. And I need to be mindful of that. Like, it's not the me show. Yeah. You know? Like, it's the we show. Yes. So we're going to be feeling a lot of the me versus we energies for that lunation.
Yes. But then we also have to be mindful of when the we is in these rooted systems that are not for the betterment. And that's what is being exposed because it's not heart-led. It's not heart-centered.
Yeah. If the we doesn't make space for me and me and me and me, then it's not we.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. Like, if your system is excluding one person, it's not a system that's inclusive and it's not a healthy system.
Literally, I wrote, this full moon exposes where people feel unseen by systems. Unseen by that greater, bigger picture that is meant to hold them, but it's not with where we're at right now. Yeah. Which is unacceptable. Yeah. With the lack of compassion.
And if you feel like you're being unseen by the system, let that energy motivate you to remember all the other people that are constantly, daily, for years, since the inception of America, been missed by a system. All people of color, like, there's so many, like, queer people, trans people, disabled people, like, there's so many different, like, groups of people that are constantly, daily having to put up with this. And now if you feel like you're part of that, like, use that to remind you and reconnect you to the rest of humanity and be like, wow, if this, you know, is inconveniencing me, or I'm not seen in this system or supported in this system, like, what would it be like for my community members? Like, what is their life like? Holy shit, you know?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, it's really revealing the personal ego, again, versus that collective vision.
Yeah. And I will say, a lot of people, if you're feeling very disenchanted, or a great practice that you could do for this lunation, visualize, journal, draw, meditate. What is the world that you want to create? Yeah. What is the system where everyone is included? Yeah. What does that look like? Because we spend so much time focusing on what's wrong and what's broken and what hurts. But, like, we can't birth a new world without having a framework, a vision, an idea. Yeah. Right? So it's like, what does that look like if everyone is included? You know? 100%. Like, what system needs to change or shift? Or what system needs to have some kind of, like, coming to terms, right? Like, I know, like, number one, like, our healthcare system, our immigration system right now is just fucked, right? Like, those are just two, but they're huge, right? It's not the only ones. But think about, like, what do I want that world to look like, where I can take up my space and so can the next person. Yeah. And everyone is supported in that.
Yes, 100%. Another thing I wrote was, this full moon is really the invitation from, I want to be special, to my uniqueness has a purpose. And that's exactly what you're sharing around, like, where are your individual gifts? What do you care about? What is your personal driving force, your cause? Again, your role in the revolution.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's okay if you can't go out and protest. I'm sure you have at least 2 skills that you can use to help in the revolution. Yeah. Maybe you can teach people how to sew. Maybe you can write. Maybe you can make signs. Maybe you can call representatives. Maybe you can host a fundraiser. Maybe you can just do, like, energy healing for your community, right? Like, there's so many different ways we can be involved.
100%. Yeah, I mean, we touched on this, but basically, historically, the Leo and Aquarius axis and oppositions for lunations, they do show up during a time of a revolution, like, which is what we're seeing. Technology pieces, collective uprisings, paradigm shifts, and times where people confront power structures. So we're seeing that on a mass level. Especially with the Saturn Neptune piece in Aries, which we'll get to. And then, yeah, also the Pluto and Aquarius piece, which if you haven't heard our last episode, we do a deep dive into that. So you're going to want to listen. But yeah, I feel like on the higher octave of this lunation, the Leo frequency provides the ethical compass, because again, Leo comes back to the heart space. So
generosity, kindness.
Really, so it's like, who leads with heart? Who is truly worthy of influence, of power, of leadership? Do the leaders we have right now on a world stage, are they actually operating with heart-led integrity?
No.
So what kind of visibility
I can give you the
is
answer
earned?
to that. All of them? No.
Yeah.
Just all of them.
Yeah.
No. I don't need to do any research. I just know.
Yeah, but this full moon, it could bring up public leaders, people in the public eye, being challenged with that opposition, right? Because the Aquarius, we are the people.
See it. Let's here we go.
are the people.
Who's gonna call everybody out?
Creators, healers, artists, stepping into visibility.
Do we think there's any more stuff with hackers?
100%.
I low-key feel like the main war will be digital. Like, we need more hackers to just be like, all of your profits are gone, corporation. Just gone. Like, oh, all the student loans are forgiven. Just gone. All the debt is erased. I'm waiting for someone to fucking do that.
Yeah. I feel like there are definitely geniuses out there.
I don't think that our government system is that advanced.
No, did you see the people like finding that they could just go into where they tried to take out the pieces in the Epstein files? And
I don't think that they're that advanced, y'all. Like,
So if this is your skill set, again, Leo energy, if this is your skill set, if this is where you shine your light in the technology space,
I wish I knew how to hack.
Definitely
I would totally
not
do
me.
It.
It's definitely not me.
I always wanted to be Angelina
Come
Jolie
and
in
shine
Hackers.
your light.
So bad. I love that movie so much. So good.
Oh,
watch Hackers if you want to be motivated, and then watch V for Vendetta. If you've never seen V for Vendetta, this is the time to watch V for Vendetta.
It really is. We are so powerful when we can come together in unity with that Aquarius piece of a fixed ideology, a fixed belief
that's why
system.
all of our systems separate us out. That's why they've created individuality for so fucking long in this country. Because they know that. They know when we remember that we're all in this together, then, like, it's over.
So let's bring down this current corrupt system, y'all. That's why February, I'm telling you, like, we're just on February 1st, and I have a lot more to share. So, okay, speaking of February 1st.
Also, let us know how the moon was for you. Like, afterwards, like, on the Instagrams, be like, y'all, this is what happened.
Yes. How did you personally experience the feeling of the recognition piece, the like personal courage, and then aligning your gifts and your skill sets with the betterment of society? Your vision of the future. We want to know. So February 1st, in the turning of the wheel, this is Imbolc. So we're also celebrating Imbolc with Bridget and the sacred flame. So this is where we celebrate the returning of the light. So it's that first stirring where we're starting to feel the sunlight coming back, and we'll see a point where it's an equal when we reach the spring equinox. That's when we have equal between the light and the day, but it's sort of that marking point of, oh, the light is returning. So Bridget is the goddess of sacred fire, poetry, healing, making weapons.
So that's also on February 1st?
February 1st.
So that can be like good like activities, what you just said. Poetry, healing, fire magic, getting a energy healing, book some kind of healing, and then blacksmithing, maybe like creating. I'm like, just try blacksmithing for the first time.
In general, in the first place. You could also Google how to make a Bridget cross, which you just use leaves, and it's super simple. I mean, I am not someone that's that artistic. I can knit, and that's like about as far as I go.
I do all of the creative hobbies. I do everything.
But that's also something that I know a lot of people love to do, because the cross is really a deeper ancient symbol of the 4 directions and the 4 elements.
Yes, let's take a pause here. I wish I could have a little pop-up that's like, did you know? Like MTV fucking like, the cross was co-opted by you guessed it, if you're watching at home,
the patriarchy,
the Catholic Church. I feel like I'm like the what is that one lady when she's doing like the meme with her cooking show? She's like, if you can't conjure your own flames, store-bought's just fine. I love that meme. I think it's like Ina Garden or something like that. But okay, so I'm probably wrong. But yeah, like where we got, it's the 4 directions, the 4 elements is what it represents, and it's not, if you look at it, it's not as elongated as like the Catholic one.
Yes.
Got a jinx here. Okay.
It also was an adaptation of the Ankh as well, which is an ancient Egyptian symbol
of power and divination.
Yes, which translates to mirror, which is so interesting because it's a symbol that represents what it means to look inward and to know yourself and to trust yourself, which is what the patriarchy, especially the Catholic Church, they don't want you to know.
Yeah.
They want you to keep coming back to their institution. They don't want you to find God or source within your own vessel.
No, they want you to follow the directions. They want you to ask your like priest or whoever's the head of your church for the answers.
But not too many questions. Otherwise, they'll just get frustrated with you.
Then you're a sinner. I'm not Catholic or Christian, so I don't speak from. I speak from like, I don't know what the fuck goes on in there. But
you don't want to know. It's
my partner went to Catholic school, so literally, I know y'all have bonded
Frankie
about that.
Bond.
He has some intense ass trauma. I was like, you can just wear your boxers around the house, and he was like, what? That's illegal. And I was like, it's so. You pay rent here. You live here. He was like, what? I'm like, God isn't gonna come in and be like, put your pants on, boy. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Hijinks. Yeah. So, Imbolc, Bridget. That's what I love about Bridget. As like a goddess, she is so multifaceted that she just has that quality about her where she's just fearless. And she's willing to like go around naked, just like in her wildness, but then she also has the side of her that's very artistic in the poetry, and then she has a side of her that's the healing, and then she has a side of her that's the warrioress, and Bridget is a badass. Literally, speaking of the Catholic Church, they could not stop her worship. They could not stop that goddess worship, so guess what they fucking did? They made her into a saint because they couldn't stop her worship.
Is it just called Saint Bridget?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she's a badass.
Yeah, and for those curious, she's part of the Celtic pantheon. So if you have Celtic ancestry, I would highly recommend exploring this as a practice for yourself. But if you don't, it's not a closed practice, so you could still partake in it. It's not like you're doing something inappropriate that will anger the gods.
Yes. So. Yeah, when I'm speaking about Imbolc, I guess I should have prefaced with that. I'm speaking about the turning of the wheel, which are Celtic celebrations that the church, the patriarchy, has taken a lot of them and twisted them, right? Like
Christmas is Yule. Easter is spring equinox.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah.
It's really frustrating. So Samhain is Halloween.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I love that this Leo full moon is also occurring on Imbolc because it really is an invitation to accept your inner radiance, like accept your inner light. That's what Imbolc teaches us. during this time where we are experiencing the light returning back to the earth, to return back to our own inner radiance and our own inner light.
I feel like Imbolc, when I think about Imbolc, I think about that meme where it's like, she was a fairy, and it's like people like dancing and shit.
I literally have that painting. You've seen it at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
She's the fairy that they're talking about. It's her.
Hi, hello. I am like such Bridget vibes.
Also, your name is kind of like fairy-esque. Yeah. Thailand the fairy.
Because I'm so multifaceted. Like, I am a poet, but I'm also like a courageous activist coming on here to speak about these things. And I'm also a full-blown healer. And, you know, like I have these different parts of self. So I love Bridget, and I love this time of year. And yeah, something I was writing about for like what Bridget teaches us is your light is not for this like spectacle of like, everyone look at me, like give me attention. Like your light is for that frequency of warmth, of that heart-centered connection, similar to what we were just like talking about for the Leo full moon. Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit more about the Leo full moon. The Six of Wands is, again, the tarot card associated with it. So the Six of Wands is a very lucky frequency, a card of success. So if you don't know what I'm speaking to when I say the Six of Wands, there is a figure who's on the back of a horse. And, yeah, there's other figures around, obviously giving this person props. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, we see the figure also wearing a laurel leaf crown. I think that's also a laurel leaf right there too, right? Which is on
the top of the wand.
Yeah, a plant of victory. It's a plant of success. It relates to Apollo, which is a sun-ruled frequency. So we got that solar light. So yeah, I mean, this card really speaks to like the feeling of being seen after you've done something.
Yeah, people are bowing down to the person on the horse. Like, you're the person I'm in charge. That's in charge. Leadership,
that because other people trust you, and we are not seeing that from our current leaders. And that's, I think, the opposition with Aquarius. It's really highlighting that. So, yeah, it can feel like a deep exhale after the frequency of self-doubt, because it is coming back to the heart. That's what I was meditating on. The feeling of like permission to take up fullness, take up space. It could also be bringing up, because full moons are also times of release, not only illumination, they can be times of release. I was meditating on the feeling of, you know, it could be bringing up grief for the ways that you haven't been receiving recognition, for the ways that you have been overlooked, for the ways that you haven't been in your power.
Take up your space. Yeah.
Exactly.
I literally like had I threadsed about it. I don't know, it's not as fun as saying tweeting. Like that was like capitalism is grieving all the things that I could be doing or want to be doing, but have like to make the choice not to do, so that I can have money. And like that's kind of what that feels like to me. There's real grief
there, because then it's like, oh, how can I shine my truest light if I'm doing these things with my time that I'm just doing to survive, instead of like fully be in my joy.
Yeah, like most Americans don't get, I mean, probably more than just Americans, but most Americans don't get that choice.
Yeah.
And that can bring up a lot of the feelings around that.
Grief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really is truly a sacred honor to have a lifestyle where my gifts is what I offer as a service. And that means then that my life I can structure around having the moments that bring me joy. Like we were just talking about, like how I'm not a morning person. It's because I like to spend my time in the morning, like doing these things that allow me to take that space for myself, where I feel centered and grounded when I go in to do healing sessions for other people. But a lot of people do not get to live their life that way. They are living these jobs that are not fulfilling. They're not truly in their soul purpose. Yeah. And that is also heartbreaking to witness that. I think that also goes back to what the grief I was expressing earlier around the lack of compassion, because if we lived in a system that was compassionate, it would honor that from a very young age. Like young children, we'd be like, you're so gifted at this. Like from a very young age, like my preschool teacher even acknowledged, like, you're going to be a healer and a teacher. Like they could just see these qualities and imagine if that was nurtured. And also for these young kids that are just literally geniuses, right? That are they get the technology, nurture that at a young age.
Yeah.
People need that to be called out for what, and that's what Leo energy does beautifully. It calls out what you were so good at. People with like Leo stelliums, y'all are the best people to give compliments. Like that feels so good, getting a compliment, like a genuine,
from a like straight to the heart. Like
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Six of Wands, a question that I was meditating with is, how do you receive that honor? How do you receive that recognition without separating yourself from the collective? Just because you're receiving that recognition doesn't mean that you're better than anyone else. And just because you're like living in your soul purpose, it doesn't mean that just because you're doing that other people don't get to have access to that. Because ideally, if we're really living in a world of compassion, everyone would be in their soul purpose, and it wouldn't be taking, like, that's the competition mindset that just drives me fucking crazy.
There's not enough yeah.
So okay, let's move on to the aspects made to this lunation. So it's trine to Ceres, the mother goddess, who's in Aries. So Ceres and Aries, this is like the tough love mother. So this is adding this like primal maternal fire to this lunation. So nourishment through being able to advocate for yourself, protect your creative life force, and choose like what it is that you love, what it is that brings you joy without apology. Again, choosing that in like a healthy alignment to what the collective needs are, the betterment of the collective needs. So yeah, trying to this Leo new moon, the nurturing energy of Ceres really supports the frequency of caring for yourself, that's not selfish, that protecting your joy is an act of service. And yeah, it's like the frequency of the inner child and then the inner leader, both of these pieces coming together and operating from integrity. It's like really shining a light onto that. So yeah, the integration theme for the Leo full moon, I was meditating with allowing the heart space also to be a form of technology, which is actually so wild that our heart space, the magnetic field, is crazy huge. Like, it's what true. If we...
It is a crazy technology.
Mute from that place, from our heart, versus like getting caught up in these like, I believe this and you're wrong for believing that. It's like, well, what if you just came back to your heart? If you came back to your heart, again, you would see we're all humans. We're all one species. So
yeah, that's like actually my solar gift in human design.
Yeah.
Like my main gene key.
The love.
15. Yeah. It's like seeing love in all, in everyone. Everyone has a seat at the table. Everyone deserves something.
Yeah.
Everyone is beautiful. And something that I did when I was younger, because I was raised by a very judgmental parent, and I became very judgmental. I also have Mars in Virgo. I feel like Virgo can be very judgmental.
It's a very critical sign, yeah.
And something that like just came to me as a kid, which could have been spirit, who knows, was like in my head I would judge everyone as they were walking down the street, like, oh, this is ugly, or like, oh, that looks weird. And I just heard in my head like, how about you think about like 3 nice things about them? Like, if you don't like the way that their clothes are, like, what else is nice about them? You don't have to like everything about them, but I'm sure that there's beautiful things about them. And so when it was like middle school or high school or something, I just in my head would stop judging people and instead challenge myself to be like, well, you know what? I really like the way she did her hair. I really like the way like he like walks. It looks cool. You know, like different things like that. It's just like opening up that heart space and being like, wow, there's beautiful bits in every single human that I can recognize and like appreciate.
That's so beautiful. Like, imagine when you feel into your heart space, like really imagine if everyone was capable of doing that, especially for where we're at right now.
Yeah, like instead of just being like, who the F is this person? Like, take a step back. Like, that, you know,
do they have their paperwork? Are they like what? Like, they're also human.
Yeah. More important things. There's more important things than that.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, with the heart space being technology, it really allows for warmth, like true embodiment and like emotional truth to be woven into these future systems, which I do feel like is going to be a very long period with the Pluto and Aquarius piece for that to like actually settle in and integrate. But this full moon is coming in hot to really like pour all this light onto this and like heat the fire up for change to happen. So
I see it as like molten. It's like the structure is bronze that we have, and like this is like melting it back down again so that we could reshape it into something else.
Yes. That is also the Saturn and Neptune piece, right? The Neptune is like taking away the form of the Saturn and then reorienting it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love being psychic.
Yeah. So some questions for this Leo full moon just for everyone, and then we're going to get into every rising sign. But some things you can ask yourself is, are there any places where you have dimmed your light for the feeling of belonging? Where you've like dismissed your own truth just to belong?
And I also challenge you as a second question for that. Like, was it worth it? Did it work?
Hell no.
Did you feel like you belonged? Or did you just feel like they wanted that version of you? And you had to keep keeping that version of you? Because that was something I worked on last year, was like being more myself and like getting over the fear. And it was like the more I pushed myself to do it, I was like, literally nobody cares. Or people would be like, I love, like I would see like people, oh, I love like how you bring this attitude or this, take up this space.
Yeah.
Like it's really like very nice. It's like, oh, I don't have to keep like pretending and masking. Like I can just be fucking weird. Okay, great.
Yes, we love it.
Yeah.
I think that's how you create aligned friendships, right? Because like,
yeah,
I'm also weird as fuck. Like I feel like we're on that same wavelength where we're professional psychics, professional healers, professional intuitives, like doing these events, and that's how you find your people, and that's the access of the Leo and Aquarius.
It's not by hiding.
100%. So yeah, where has my individuality matured into a form of leadership? What flame am I devoted to protecting? And how can my visibility serve collective healing? I feel like that's something we keep circling back to because it's huge. Your radiance matters. Your light matters. Your compassion matters. Yeah. Okay. So let's get into everyone individually then, because I'm calling you out. This Leo full moon's calling you out. So
let's do it.
Okay. So yeah, the Leo full moon shows us where, abundance, recognition, and heart-led leadership are ready to be received. So Aries risings, we're going to start with y'all. So Leo is in your 5th house. So this Leo full moon is lighting up your 5th house.
A lot of creative energy.
Opposite to Aquarius in the 11th house. So yeah, this full moon is illuminating your creative fire, joy, self-expression, and the connection to your inner child too. So you may be receiving the recognition for your creativity. Maybe you're putting out a creative project and you're receiving the recognition for that. You may be receiving recognition for what we were just talking about, where you're just showing up as yourself. You're in your authenticity.
Yeah.
And your willingness to lead from the heart. So you're getting recognized for that. And then the Aquarian opposition is asking you, well, how does your joy like feed the community? The same question we keep coming back to. And this is really important for you, Aries risings. How does that creative expression flowing through you serve the greater good? Serve humanity? So this is about letting yourself like fully shine, allowing your creativity to serve the community.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to add for Aries risings?
No, because that's aligned with like the stuff we were already talking about, because Aries is the order of the wheel, so it's like all the things.
They're good. Taurus rising. Hello. Taurus rising. So this Leo full moon is happening in your 4th house, opposite Aquarius to your 10th house. Ooh. Yep. So this full moon is highlighting the home, family, emotional foundations, ancestry, inner security. Mm-hmm. So you may feel seen for the emotional labor and support that you provide, the space that you hold for others.
Or how you show up in your family dynamics.
Yeah.
Whether it's chosen or not.
Yeah, and how you've been tending to your roots, to your foundation. Mm-hmm. You're getting some recognition for that. And then the Aquarian...
And you could also be recognized from your ancestors in spirit.
That's so true. That is so true. So, yeah, the Aquarian opposition, it asks, how does your just private nourishment, like what you're doing in your home space, support what you're doing out in the world, that public life? Because that Aquarius eclipse we're going to have, which we're going to circle back to you, Taurus rising, is a big one for legacy, your career.
Reputation, public image.
But, the more we root into our foundation and we cultivate that safety, really the bigger you can shine in your public life. So
that's so true. Like the more grounded you are in your internal practices, the easier it is to show up because you trust yourself more. You learn how to make your own decisions. You learn how to listen to your inner guidance. You're doing the work to remove the stuff that doesn't serve you. And then you're able to like bring that out into the world.
Yes. This is, a part of my own soul evolution, having my South Node in the 4th house, my North Node in the 10th house. Similar. I really have learned how to anchor into that, which is why I was sharing like my morning practices and things that I do to ground my body, essential for me to show up in the public life. So yeah, Taurus risings, this Leo full moon is asking you to really feel the abundance through that sense of rootedness, through grounding into your home space. Gemini rising. Okay, so this Leo full moon is happening in your 3rd house, opposite the Aquarius energy in the 9th house. So this full moon illuminates your voice. It's about teaching, writing, and that feeling of just like the everyday, what you're doing in the mundane realm. So it's recognition through your words, your ideas, and your ability to translate complex truths like into everyday language, right? So the Aquarius opposition asks, well, how does your message contribute to collective understanding? So this is abundance through speaking from the heart space.
Yeah, and I would say, like, I keep feeling like Gemini risings, you might be feeling like the inner child has something to say that needs to be heard. Or maybe you're gonna feel like you are like, oh, finally I'm heard, I'm seen. Like, thank you for like you might finally get like the right words that you need to say to make that kind of like, oh, for the other person or even for you, right? Like, because we forget the 3rd house is also, how are you talking to yourself?
Yes.
What stories,
your
what patterns?
Communication.
Yes. Are you shit talking to yourself all the time and saying that you haven't accomplished anything and you aren't good enough? Yeah. And then you finally realize, wait a minute. I have done this.
Yes. And Gemini rising, you quite literally have signed up to be the embodiment of the messenger. Yeah. So when you speak from the heart, that shit makes an impact.
Don't be afraid, because I feel like there can be like with the Leo, it's like being dramatic, hiding behind like performance. Yeah. Like, be honest.
100%. Cancer rising.
Ooh, Frankie.
I have so many Cancer rising clients who also have a Leo moon. So, interesting.
Frankie does not have a Leo moon.
Fellow Sag moon. Yay.
I don't think I would date him if he was Cancer with Leo moon. Insufferable. My mom is like Cancer, Mars, and Venus with a Leo rising. Like, I don't want more of that shit in my life.
My cat Cowboy has a Leo moon.
I could see that for him. I literally called the place where we got Jinx from because I emailed them like last year and they never got back to me, and I was like, I need to know where the place is that you rescued her from because I need to know my dog's moon sign. And I was like, I don't know. I literally put in the voicemail like, this might seem stupid to you, but I'm an astrologer. Like today, I was like, I need to know her birthday is coming up.
Yeah. Well, it could be accurate with the moon does shift about 2 to 3 days, but depending on when you look up the date, where the moon was in her cycle. Was she shifting that day?
But I don't know
was
the location. Like, I need the location.
Oh, you do need the location.
Like, I can figure out like the time using my pendulum, but the location is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I could just go through different cities in Missouri, but that would be fucking long.
But the moon should be pretty steady in that sign, depending on, again, if you have the time.
Yeah.
So interesting to know, but yeah.
Okay, Cancer risings.
Cancer risings.
Second house.
Yeah, this Leo full moon's happening in your second house, opposite Aquarius in your 8th house. So this full moon is shining a light on self-worth, values, and receiving material support. So you may be asked to receive financial abundance, appreciation, energetic nourishment. And Aquarius opposition is asking, well, how does your stability support shared transformation? So this is about learning that receiving, it doesn't make you dependent. It makes you anchored in sustainability. Because that's how we grow.
And also your values, because second house is values. I feel like you might be feeling like you want to root down more into your values, like share, like express them more, put them in the world more.
Yeah. Leo rising.
First house. It's in your first house.
Yes. Leo house. Rising. Oh, excited
my
for
mom.
all. So yeah, this full moon is lighting up your first house. This is a personal, powerful illumination. So hopefully she feels that.
Yeah, Mom, if you watch my podcast, but I don't talk to you ever, shout out for birthing me.
My sister Katie's a Leo rising. It's happening in her first house too. So
yeah, it's
we'll
you.
See that. We'll see. Yeah.
I feel like when it's in someone's first house, it's low key like it could be anything. Like could be any aspect of your life. Like could be like your body, could be your mind, could be how you're showing up, could be like a dynamic, could be like anything.
100%. Yeah, because it's so personal.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is highlighting themes around identity, presence, and like personal leadership. So with this Leo full moon, you may feel a little bit more visible than maybe you usually do, or if you are already someone who is anchored in that visibility, that light is only going to get brighter because you're being called to step deeper into authority and for being seen for who you truly are, like in your full authenticity, in your full heart. And then the Aquarius energy asks in opposition, well, how does your leadership make space for others? How is your leadership showing up in the one-to-one dynamics and the support for other people? So this is abundance really through embodied, like connecting to that embodied sense of self, like who you truly are. You're
not just taking up space just to take up space. Like you're doing it for a reason.
Yes. Virgo risings, this Leo full moon is lighting up your 12th house opposite Aquarius in your 6th house. So this full moon is illuminating the unseen work that you do spiritually, emotionally, and energetic frequencies that are happening here with this 12th house. So recognition may come through inner peace, the release of old burdens, and through a deeper sense of spiritual clarity, because that 12th house connects us to the realms beyond the physical. And then the Aquarius energy asks in opposition, well, how does your devotion to healing support your daily life, support your daily practices, support your daily rituals.
Yeah, you might be having subconscious stuff coming up that you're like sorting through and sifting through, maybe like a memory from childhood or something around you taking up space. You might also be having like a lot of dream stuff coming up. These messages coming through more so in your dreams. Obviously, if you're like smoking, it won't really come up in your dreams. I was just thinking about my Virgo rising person that I know smokes, so I was like, they probably won't have that. But yeah, maybe more subconscious. Sometimes I feel like the subconscious stuff, like it feels like this like looming thing, but you're like not quite sure. You're just like, something is like, I feel an emotion, but I can't connect it to something. I'm just feeling this thing. And so like take time to explore that.
You got to go in isolation, basically. It's a house of like surrendering and isolation in order to solve that. And I'm just saying this because I know the Aquarius eclipse is coming for me in my 12th house. So I'm like...
Yeah, so...
Like,
yeah, you might need to take a beat. Like, do some journaling, do some reflecting.
Yep.
Maybe put intentions before you go to sleep to receive that message in your dreams.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, with Virgo risings, this Leo full moon is abundance through that rest, through the surrender, and through awakening deeper trust. Leo rising. Okay, Libra rising. We already did Leo rising. Libra rising. So this Leo full moon is happening in your 11th house, opposite your Aquarius 5th house. So this full moon highlights community, it highlights friendships, collective vision. So you may be seen as a connector, heart-centered, a leader within group spaces, someone who brings warmth to community. And the Aquarius opposition is asking, how do you stay playful and creative also while serving the collective? So this is abundance through shared joy.
Yeah, like weaving your gifts into your performance, your spotlight into like making a difference. This to me feels like creativity with a subtle message like weaved into it or something like that, you know?
Yes. Because Libra risings, inherently y'all are embodied in your creativity. Like Libra is artistry. Libra is aesthetic. Libra is beauty. So this Leo full moon is just highlighting how your art is impacting the community.
Yeah. Or just your like creative presence. Because I have a friend who's a Libra rising and like she's like, I'm not super like creative in all those ways, but it's like maybe how you dress, how you're showing up, like
when I say art, it's not like physical art, it's artistry. People think
that they're like, oh, I know, and it's like, okay, like, this isn't capital A art. Art can be anywhere, anything.
Yes, I would say that my healing practice is art, like the healing arts.
Yeah, it could be like your food that you make.
100%.
All of these things are valid.
Yeah. So
when people say they're not creative, I'm like, eh.
That's our greatest gift as humans.
Yeah, I have a whole Substack where I wrote that.
Literally, our creativity.
That's what we have that the other species don't have. Otters can build dams, so can we.
Yes. Okay. We're going to move on because we got a lot to talk about. We're still just on February 1st. So Scorpio.
It's going to be like the end of February when we finish.
Scorpio risings. Okay, y'all, this Leo full moon's a big one for you. I'm talking to you, Scorpio risings. Sit down in the circle. Okay, Leo is your 10th house and Aquarius is your 4th house. Yes. So this full moon is illuminating your career, public role, leadership, visibility. So you may be receiving recognition for your authority, your resilience, and your impact. So the opposition with Aquarius is asking, how does your public presence honor your private, inner emotional needs? Yeah. So this is abundance through aligned leadership. You're being asked to take up a lot of space with this Leo full moon.
Yeah. And you know what? If there are celebrities listening, or if you want to send this or tag a celebrity, like, how is your platform able to make an impact? How are you using your creative
Taylor
recognition
Swift.
and your space
Sydney
to
Sweeney.
serve the collective? Everyone. Like, there's only a short list of celebrities that are doing that. Like, Mark Ruffalo has been doing that.
Yeah, he's out there.
Bill Burr has been doing that. Like, there's a short list of
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, like Angelina Jolie literally went to fucking Gaza. But like,
yeah,
I love her. Like, how are you actually like using your impact and your platform?
So hopefully we see that with this Leo full moon, with the emphasis on the celebrity piece. Hopefully we see this.
Yeah, because a lot of celebrities are Scorpio risings. So wild. It makes sense, but like crazy.
Sag risings. I'm talking to you, baby. Okay, Leo's in your 9th house. And then Aquarius is in your 3rd, which we were chatting about. So this full moon is highlighting beliefs, teaching, wisdom, and meaning making. So you may be recognized and seen as a guide, the teacher you are, the visionary that you are.
Thank you.
And Aquarius asks on the opposition, how do you ground these big truths into daily conversations? So this is abundance through lived wisdom.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
How does that feel for you, Sag rising?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I do that on the day-to-day because of my job.
Because you are a teacher, because you are a guide.
Yeah, so I'm like, I do get a lot of people, like, I got like 2-3 text messages today, like, just want to say thank you so much. Like, so I do get that feedback from my clients. But yeah, interesting. I feel like you also might be called to like put something out. Right? Yeah. Because it's that house of like publishing. You might be like, I wanna step into the spotlight in this way. Like, I'm finally ready to like share this with the world, something that you're like maybe been holding on to that you want to put out. Especially if you have the Aquarius 3rd house, like your mind maybe thinks in different ways than society does. So you might feel like, do people want this? Like, is
I
this
put it out there
much?
Before the Mercury retrograde. Just do it. Put it out there.
When is that?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
we got a lot to get into.
You have to listen. Just tell them the dates. Like, damn, bro.
No, we'll get into it.
My Virgo Mars, tell me the dates immediately.
Sit with us. We're going to go through all of those.
They're like, girl, it's been an hour. You're not even done with the fucking rising.
Okay, Capricorn rising.
We're so close.
Leo, full moon is happening in your 8th house. And then the Aquarius opposition is the 2nd. So this full moon is illuminating shared resources, deeper levels of intimacy, and energetic exchange.
My brain was like sex with a ghost. Like spooky.
Listen to our 2025 recap episode if you want some tea on that.
Oh yeah, I did have sex with a ghost, low-key.
Teasing all of our new listeners here. Okay,
they're
so
like,
you may
what
be
the fuck? These people have sex with ghosts?
So you may be asked to receive support. There might be vulnerability coming up for you with this Leo full moon. And really a deeper connection, because that 8th house is, again, it's shared resources, shared energy. So the opposition with Aquarius asks, how does that shared power enhance the feeling of independence with that 2nd house energy of like grounding into, this is what is mine. Like, this is the boundary. This is what I've set. And so this is abundance through sacred trust.
And you might even have like psychic gifts, intuitive gifts, spooky spell work, magical things that you maybe are stepping into or sharing with others.
The occult.
Yeah, you might be holding like a little like full moon ceremony for people or something like that.
It's a great night for some sex magic.
I said sex with a ghost and you look at me like I was crazy.
I did
Y'all,
not. I did not. I literally advised them to go listen to our 2025 recap
You're like,
episode.
literally go have sex with a ghost.
Yeah. Well, I mean, be discerning, because when we did that episode, it was like,
some of these ghosts have STDs. Come
on.
Did
you not know who it was? Like,
we're gonna do one where it's just like all like wild shit, like chaotic shit. It's like I recommend having sex with a
lot
ghost.
to spill. I mean, your sun in the 8th house, my Jupiter ruling planet in the 8th house. We got a lot of taboo stuff to share. Okay, Aquarius risings. Wait. Yeah, we did Capricorn rising. Aquarius rising. This is a big month for y'all. Aquarius risings. Are y'all okay?
Ooh, yeah, really, please.
Like, tell us.
Take some, do some breath work for your circulatory system. Like, ground down. Wow, there's so much energy going on in your first house right now. Jesus.
A whole stellium happening.
Oh, like,
yeah, and Mars too. Oh God, Mars in the first house is wild transit. Okay, but
also sex. What the hell?
Yeah.
But not with the ghost. With the machine.
I do appreciate modern technology for that.
You're like, a good sex toy slaps.
No, I literally am like a spokesperson.
Yeah, you're like, thank you, technology, for sucking my clit because my boyfriend cannot.
All of my friends, I'm like, please get this. It will change your life. Please. Literally. If you know, you know. If you're a friend of mine.
I know. You should get an affiliate code.
I really should.
You should.
I'll look into that.
Next episode, use the affiliate code link.
This will change your life. Pleasure practice. Hello, Jupiter 5th house transit. Okay. Aquarius risings. We're going to come back to you. So this Leo full moon, obviously, it is highlighting your 7th house. Mm-hmm. And then Aquarius, your first house. So this full moon, it's highlighting relationships and how others experience you. So you may be seen clearly by others, like in your full authenticity. And the Aquarius opposition is asking, how does your individuality thrive in partnership? So this is abundance through that feeling of, they see me, they recognize me, I'm being fully myself, and I don't have a mask on, I don't have to hide, and I'm appreciated.
And you might be having that conversation. Like, that might come up around the full moon. You might be like, yo, I'm feeling unseen. I'm not feeling recognized. And then they might be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. You know, after some time, after their ego calms down.
Okay, Pisces risings.
Call yourself out. Yeah.
Save the best for last,
okay,
right?
All right. Okay.
I'm just soaking in that Leo full moon energy. I am special. Okay. No,
have your really, moment.
Pisces risings, okay. We are special, y'all. Like, we are the most rarest rising sign.
Or there's nature just created a balance by making less of you. I don't know.
Because we're so magical and enchanting. Oh. Imagine a world where there's hella Pisces rising.
And victimy. Ooh. Some of y'all are not magical and enchanting. You just live in a magical world. You're enchanting yourself.
Yeah, we do have a pattern of escaping. So
there's a real housewife that's very Pisces.
The Saturn transit through our first house, that really brought us to reality, right? Pisces risings, right?
Yeah, rejoice as well. You also are getting Saturn moving out of your first house.
Yeah.
Just as I'm finishing the Saturn and Pisces fucking Saturn return. Oh my God. We will collectively rejoice in the streets. Maybe.
Collectively? Oh my God, could you imagine all these Pisces risings coming together?
They just
we would literally go into a Fae portal. Like, all of us.
I do see it as it's like a dangerous thing where it's like all the other creatures are like they're all together in one spot. Now's our chance.
We just make each other like more delusional. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Pisces rising. So this Leo full moon is activating our 6th house, and Aquarius is in our 12th house. So this full moon illuminates our daily rituals, health, and how we are of service, sacred service.
Yeah.
So you may receive appreciation through your consistency, your healing presence, and your devotion to deeper levels of care. So Aquarius in that opposition is asking, how does your rest support your service? So this is abundance through sustainable devotion.
Yeah. And I will say, because Leo rules the heart, and this is the house of health, be careful. Be careful with panic attack, injuring this heart space area.
especially with what we were talking about earlier, where there's so many people doing jobs where they're just, their heart isn't in it.
Yeah.
Pisces risings, our work, we need to have fun doing our work. Like, that is literally a requirement. It needs to be fun. It needs to be a place of joy.
Or just like you have like a sense of purpose or compassion.
Yeah.
Some reason. Like,
yeah.
I feel like Pisces is like very connected and wants to feel connected to whatever they're doing.
So that was a lot for this was February 1st. Now we're going to move on to February 3rd.
Oh, next time I'm going to write this. This is so much.
February 3rd. So we have Uranus moving direct at 27 degrees of Taurus.
Ooh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting ready for that swap in April.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it's interesting, the Uranus stationing direct, because it's related to financial systems, food supply, agriculture, environmental sustainability, resources, and how technology impacts the physical world. So we'll see what comes from.
And we'll
Uranus
be getting those last
direct.
few degrees will be like these last lessons, because we've had, like you said, how long is it's like 14 years, 20 years, something like, what is it? 14 years, right? It's similar.
That's Neptune. Uranus is like 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So think about the past 7 years.
Yeah.
And what you've been learning, especially if you have Taurus placements, or major houses for Taurus in your life.
Yes.
Like, what have you been learning here with Uranus expanding and contracting, awakening, changing, creating that sense of like stability through constant change? So that directness, you might feel like, ooh, I'm back in that like flow or in that lesson or whatever that thing is.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with breakthroughs and sustainability and just like shifts in the financial realm and like food and
just the material world, because that's what Taurus really rolls over.
And at those final anaretic degree, I mean, like, what's gonna happen with the Earth? Like, because Uranus likes to shake things up, but
earthquake.
We'll come back to that. Let's keep cruising. Let's keep
my
cruising.
Emergency kit.
So February 6th, all the way until April 13th. We'll have Mercury moving through their sign of fall, Pisces. Hello, speaking to you as a Mercury Pisces. This is the mind of the dreamer. And the reason why this transit's happening for so long is because Mercury's going to be moving through a retrograde period. Yeah. So this is a very spiritually charged Mercury retrograde cycle. Because it's only
the last
happening
one was in Leo,
one side.
Right?
The last one that we had was in Sag and Scorpio.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That one was pretty intense. The Scorpio,
Yeah, that's when I was doing a lot of revision around temple radiance, and I was very clear. I was like, I don't want to sign the lease for my year-long office space until Mercury moves out of shadow. But I was doing a lot of like that reorienting and visioning, because that's what Mercury retrograde periods are really meant to be, is a time of deeper reflection and really going inward. And
because if you go outward, it's probably gonna get fucked up or ruined or messed up or misconstrued or whatever.
And especially Mercury in Pisces, where Mercury is in fall, because the mind
already misunderstanding.
And the mind is attuned to the cosmic, oceanic consciousness.
Yeah, it's like big.
It's hard to focus.
It's like with trying to talk to like a hippie on drugs. Like, they're just like, oh, your skin is so beautiful. And you're just like, girl, like, are you going to get in the car and move? Or like, I'm waiting for you to leave the venue.
I am so grateful that at least because I'm a Pisces rising, I have Mercury rejoicing in the first house, because every planet has like a house that they rejoice in. And to the ancients, they would say that having Mercury in your first house is like having your hands at the helm of your life ship. So while Mercury's in fall and I do sometimes have that spaciness and that dreaminess, it's what makes me an intuitive channel. Like that,
so you can connect to more things.
But then I also am able to be grounded in my voice too, where I'm not always like so far out. Like I can be, all right, we're here.
But yeah, definitely I would say the Mercury. So it's moving February 6th into Pisces. When does it go retrograde?
So we'll drop into the retrograde cycle. It will be, well, okay, first I want to do the layout of what Mercury in Pisces means, and then we'll go into the retrograde cycle. So again, it's psychic, it's intuitive, it's very dreamy, it's poetic, and it's a mind that dissolves. So yeah, this is like a period where the collective is thinking more in symbols and like symbolic frequencies rather than like actual strategy. But it is a great time for meditation, like I was just saying, like the divination, the channeling, the artistry, creating, and also like deeper emotional communication. It's like communication that is psychic, that goes beyond just like here's the logical practical strategy. It's like, are we actually feeling the same wavelength, and are we communicating in a way that is like deep and psychic?
It's like when you text your friend and they're like, I was just talking about you.
Because the boundaries with Pisces doesn't exist. Oneness. It's like, it is, which that I also think
people will be wanting to speak on behalf of the people that don't have voices. I feel like that will be a big piece. A lot of feeling, the collective feelings, wanting to communicate about that, wanting to spread like messages or art or creativity around that. Kind of goes in a good way with like that when we talked about for the full moon, that visual of like the world you want to see, like the Mercury Pisces. It's like, I want to talk about that. I want to be in spaces that are creating that are birthing it, that are making space for that.
100%. So look out for like the synchronicities, right? Of what you just said, of like, I was just thinking about you, and then the friend texted you, or you get a sign with an angel number, or like your favorite animal. Like the synchronicities are gonna be wild for this Mercury Pisces period. I'm a little excited just personally as like a natal Mercury Pisces, and just to have Mercury for so long moving through my first house, but just to see how that impacts on a collective level, because I'm wondering if that's going to create a portal where through that dissolving, like we're able to recognize that we are all humans deserving of compassion. So I'm wondering if there are going to be some shifts, or like where humanity can access that deeper dream, because it is a very dreamy sign, and then maybe later on we implement a strategy for it. But I'm just curious to see like what, if there are collective synchronicities and symbols that come through that we can all then utilize as a dream to move forward. So the retrograde cycle,
maybe a lot of fish, right? Water, fish stuff.
It's the sign of the two fish,
Maybe we'll see a lot of that.
February 11th, this is when Mercury enters shadow. So Mercury's going to enter shadow at 8 degrees of Pisces. And then on February 26th, Mercury will go retrograde at 22 degrees of Pisces. And then March 20th, Mercury will go direct at 8 degrees of Pisces. And then on April 9th, Mercury will leave shadow, 22 degrees of Pisces.
Okay, so describe shadow for people that don't know what that is.
Okay, so the shadow period is just the period before the actual retrograde period starts. So it's interesting with the retrograde from our perspective here on the Earth, which is what we study, tropical Western astrology. It's a study where we calculate from our perspective here on the Earth. So what it looks like from our perspective is Mercury is moving backwards in the sky. Mercury is retrograding. But that's not actually what's happening like in the actual real calculations. But because of our perception of that here on the Earth, throughout time, astrologers have associated that time period to be times of the deeper introspection. They've correlated it with like technology mishaps, communication mishaps, scheduling mishaps, like all of that can be implemented within a Mercury retrograde time period. But yeah, the shadow period is just that preparation before the retrograde period actually starts, and then the aftermath before then Mercury actually moves direct again.
And sometimes people find like the shadow
is more intense.
Yes.
I for sure feel that.
Sometimes people are like, I thought it was over. Like, what the fuck?
No,
and it's like, no, the shadow got you. Like, that one actually was worse than the actual retrograde. And so a lot of people just kind of like do that whole period. They're like, I'm not in the clear until the shadow is done.
That's exactly why I'm letting y'all know about the shadow. Like, starting on February 11th. Especially being that Mercury is in fall.
I feel like it's more intense because maybe it's like shadowed. Like, we're not like thinking about it. We're not as aware of it. It maybe comes up like a little more like creeping up on us, you know? Like, it's like the ghost kind of like scaring you in the hallway. You're like, oh shit, I didn't see that there. But then like the retrograde, you're like, oh, it's retrograde. Like, let me, make sure I save my work and I like set my boundaries and I
best you can.
don't have arguments and then it's like then the shadow at the end, you're like, I'm in the clear, and then you're like, shit, like they texted me again, so.
Oh yeah, people do talk a lot about that, like exes coming back during Mercury retrograde cycles, like it's returning, right? So it is a good time to reflect on maybe like projects and things that you haven't touched on in a while, and like you just reflect and you circle back to that. So it is a
refinement. Don't plan to like put out things.
Oh yeah.
If you're working on stuff, like have backups. Yeah. Like if you're communicating, like try and like be very clear or write it down first, or like I like to do those when you have a hard conversation, like I just want to let you know, like sharing your intention, like I'm gonna say this and I'm not saying this because I'm angry at you, or I'm not saying this because I'm against you, like I'm saying this because I care and I love you, and like like prime their brain so that they know, like, and then they're not like, well, now we're fighting.
That's a big deal with Mercury Pisces, where the miscommunication and that's a huge prevalent theme, right? With Mercury and Pisces. But it is also it's very rare that we have a Mercury retrograde cycle that happens in just one sign, because typically it'll retrograde back into another sign, and then the fact that it's happening all in Pisces is just it's a big deal. Like I'd like for y'all to think about it as a magical portal opening instead of like something that's like, oh, Mercury retrograde. It's like, how can you take time to go inward? How can you take time
what can you divine from this? What can you create from this? Yeah. Like, there can be some really cool art, I feel, that's going to come out of this. That's literally what I wrote.
That was the next thing.
Poetry, like fashion stuff, like definitely really cool art.
Yeah. I literally wrote that, an artistic renaissance.
Yeah, because imagine like you start creating it when Mercury is direct, and then like you refine it when Mercury is in retrograde, and then when it goes direct again, you can put it out. Like, that can be a great kind of like process.
Yes, I love that. I feel like there is going to be such beautiful art that comes from this transit. So we'll see. I was also reflecting on, because of that spiritual energy that Mercury and Pisces brings, it might bring through past life memories if you allow yourself to go into that meditative trance-like state.
We're having like dreams and things that very vivid.
On a collective level, I'm like, what would it be like if we brought back these ancient practices where we would go into trance-like states and receive messages? Like that at its core is a shamanic practice. It is ancient. And what happens when the collective returns to those roots? What are people going to see? What are people going to heal?
I feel like that would take a while to calibrate, because if you're in a trance, it could still be your like conscious, like your ego, your subconscious filtering through. And with the Pisces, it might be like, I saw like a flower. And
but
you're
that's
like, I
the
don't
thing
fucking
with
know what that
Pisces.
means.
We also, being a Mercury Pisces, I am a translator for divinity, and divinity speaks that way. That flower,
I know, but like if you're
has
just
a multitude
starting
of
it,
meanings.
you're not gonna get it. You're gonna be like, what? Like, I don't get this.
And that's okay if you don't get it. I want to put that out there. It's okay if you don't, but allow yourself to go into those experiences and open yourself up in that spiritual capacity. Because this transit, it's available for that spiritual language to flow in.
I try and do a trance when I'm an acupuncture, because you have to like lay on the table for like 15 minutes, and I just like, they turn off the light, and it's just like the red light, and I try and like leave my eyes open and like disassociate, but then like I always blink right before I get there. I don't know how people leave their eyes open for that long.
I always close my eyes receiving.
Well, that I know how to do.
And just go inward.
But I was trying to do like
the focal point meditation.
No, like what is the term for it? I don't know. I'm lucid dreaming. There we go.
Yeah, this transit is going to be really great if you want to practice lucid dreaming.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
But I kept blinking because you're not supposed to move. I don't know if people do that. Maybe you put your eyes like slightly closed so they don't feel so dry. I'm going to try that.
I also feel like this Mercury retrograde could bring up the themes around the victimhood consciousness, but then also like the surrender and the trust piece that Pisces invites us into, that we're all walking a divine path. And like, how can you just surrender and trust that whatever is happening is like meant for your highest good, is as like horrible it can be to like be in that feeling state, but how can you like really reclaim your power through trust? So
I feel like a lot of crying, a lot of emotions.
I literally wrote that emotional release, oceanic emotional release is what I wrote.
I keep seeing like people just like trying to speak on TV and just crying, or maybe it's like social media or whatever, but
I know it'll be really emotional time for me personally as a Mercury Pisces. But we'll see what art I come up with.
You have to bring it for show and tell in the March one.
I literally have a poem I wrote that is all about being Mercury and Pisces. Maybe I'll share it on the pod because it is.
Oh. You're like, now that y'all were in my realm for a little bit.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
Okay, this next transit I'm stoked for. February 10th through March 5th. Venus. I love this. Venus exalts in Pisces. So we're going to have this transit of like beautiful sacred romance.
More motherfucking art, bro.
I love it. It's so sweet. I also just love a Venus first house transit.
Also the fashion for Venus.
Yes, I wrote that.
Fashion Venus. For Pisces, excuse me. Pisces loves like prints. Like paisleys, like all over prints, lots of color, flowiness. Like we're sort of like watery, flowy. Very creative. Just like unique, like I don't know. I only have Saturn in Pisces, so I'm not really like in that kind of, it's not my fashion, but it's kind of cool. Like, definitely like mixed of like textiles and prints and colors and different silhouettes and things.
Yes, it is definitely time for that beauty. And you know, in her sign of exaltation, she really brings up these themes of just like unconditional love, like true empathy, like spiritual intimacy, like the deeper levels of creativity, forgiveness, like mystical beauty. So I'm really excited for how this transit might soften like the period of like Saturn and Aries. Like how it might just be like, okay, like there's like a little bit of a softening and a compassion moment happening.
They're sister signs. So it's like, I feel like it's like do it and then like, but do it with compassion.
Do it,
but like create the message in this beautiful way.
Yes. So, I mean, historically, Venus in Pisces, it aligns with, like, artistic breakthroughs, collective compassion moments and movements, and spiritual unity. So,
I'm seeing a vigil, so I don't know if someone's going to die. That's really sad.
Yeah. I feel like we're already seeing people dying.
I mean, yes, but I mean like more really big and sad. That's like I don't want more people to fucking be martyrs. Like we don't need this. We have enough fucking martyrs to know that it's wrong.
It's gonna coincide with the last couple days of Saturn being in Pisces, because Saturn moves into Aries on February 13th, and then again Venus is moving into Pisces February 10th. So we'll have
a little bit of that. Yeah.
So, and then remember I said it's going to be like a collective grief process and release. So,
but that can be nice, like the structure and then the creativity or the beauty piece like together. Okay, so we're professional yappers. That's why we have a podcast. Yes. So sometimes that means that the episode goes on for like over 2 hours.
So. A lot of times it means that. So
even the Alexa agrees. So we decided to cut this episode into 2 halves, pausing it here, and we'll pick up right where we leave off next week. And
so come back and listen to the rest of the episode next week.
Thank you for listening to the Celestial Circle podcast. We are eternally grateful to have you in our cosmic community.
Make sure you subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen.
That way you'll be updated whenever new episodes drop.
Please leave us a review and share with your friends so that our circle grows.
The circle is now closed.
Bye!